Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about foam rolling. I've talked to you a lot about this in appointments, but I want to give you a little demo. So there are two kinds of foam rollers that I recommend. If you're just starting out and you have a lot of tenderness, I'd recommend this one. It's a white foam one. You can order them on Amazon for about $8. Or there's this one, it's a little more heavy duty, it's called the Grid, which you can get at Fleet Feet, you can get online, it's somewhere in the range of $30 to $40. There are also longer ones that you can buy. The Grid is nice because it's hollow. So if you're traveling a lot, you can actually put things in there. It doesn't take up your whole suitcase. So I'm going to demonstrate with the Grid. So what I'm going to show you today is working on the legs. So you can use this on your back too, which is a little more self-explanatory, but basically you're using your body weight to do sort of a self-massage. So I will start just quick over the back. You can kind of lean over to one side, get those erector spinae, those muscles along the spine, and get the other side. Alright, so I'm going to show you on the right leg. So we're going to get the entire right quad, or the entire right thigh. So, starting with, usually I start with the hamstrings. It's a little easier for some people. So basically you want your butt off the floor, you want your feet off the floor, and just support yourself with your hands. And you're getting kind of as much weight as you want and need, and you're rolling slowly through your hamstrings. Kind of get different angles there, so you see how I'm kind of bringing my leg in a little now. You can go over a few times in each direction. Then you can move out to the IT band, which is usually the more painful place for a lot of people and where people really need it. That's the outside of your thigh. Again, you want to get, different angles, so you kind of slowly move around to the front. I'm going to just go over each area one time, but I encourage you to do 3, 4, 5. Okay, one thing is if you find a spot that's sore, like right here for me, hold it after you get it kind of warmed up with a few rolls over it. And just breathe. Let it release. Okay? I'm going to move on. That probably wouldn't be long enough to let most people's release, but for the sake of time, we'll get the quad now. So go all the way. So notice I'm going from just above the knee all the way up to the hip on all of these sides of the leg. You can also kind of get into that hip flexor area, that crease, where your leg meets your abdomen, and just sit there. That can be pretty intense. Just sit there for a while. Let it release. Make sure you're breathing. And then one area that people often miss is what's called adductors. It's also called the groin muscles, right? So basically it's the inside of the thigh. It can be a little hard to get at. So again, you want your hip off the ground, your butt up off the ground, your foot, but you can support with the opposite leg. So you notice the leg behind me. And then you're really just rolling up and you're getting all the way up into that groin. It can get pretty tender. Make sure you're going all the way down to just above the knee. It's often tender right there as well. Just roll up and down. Now if any of this is too hard for you to get at, you could also use something called the stick, just like a rolling pin. Google it, it's called the stick. There's different sizes, there's a lot of fancy versions. This is a basic one. But you can get your hamstrings like this too. Quad, IT band, adductors. Takes a little more arm strength. Can't use the body weight, so you can't necessarily get as deep, but sometimes it's just easier to do. You can also use this on your calf. And I'd encourage you to get not only the back of the calf, but the inside and the outside. You can even use it on the bottom of your foot. And if you get all of that, all the way up the back, you're really getting that entire line of connective tissue down the back side of your body, which will loosen everything from your neck down to the bottom of your foot. So do this every day if you can. It can take 5-10 minutes, and I guarantee you'll feel a lot better.